I had this sign in my stash right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Probably not gonna be able to read it at all. It says the best summer nights include catching fireflies. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. I want to add this into my grapevine wreath. So I need to attach this sign. I'm going to run that through my grapevine and my sign. And I'm going to secure that in by just twisting that pipe cleaner around the back. Okay. So even though my pipe cleaner is blue, I'm going to put another hole right there next to that original hole, because I want my pipe cleaner nut to come all the way up on the top of that sign. Okay, so you see how I put that on there like that? And yes, you can still see it, but I'm going to use some florals. So I'm hoping that I can place that perfectly to where the florals are going to cover that top part. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to make a tail. That'll be okay. Just going to make a tail, and I want to pinch it and twist it. So that pinch and twist is going to sit right in that peg. So now I'm going to come over and I'm going to measure 7 inches. And now this part I don't have to pinch and twist. So you're doing the bow reversed. So I'm coming over here to the 7 inches. And all I'm just doing is running, let me zoom in for y'all, is running that ribbon together and setting that in that easy bow maker. Okay, so you should have a nice loop like that. I'm going to make a tail. And once again, making a tail. And we're just twisting it, setting that in our easy bow maker. Coming about, so I was about 7.5. So we're going to come about 6.5 inches. And you don't have to twist it, you can just pinch it. Set that down in there. And now we're going to make a tail. Okay, so we're just making a tail and we're just twisting it. All I'm doing is I'm just twisting it. And then next, just making that loop the same size as my blue, my 2.5 inch blue. Making me a tail. And we're just twisting it. So we have our pretty side up and our tail, but when we twist it, we want our ugly side up when we start making the bow. Okay, so this one's going to go down to about 5.5 inches. We're just going to pinch that together. Okay, I'm just kind of making my tails whatever length I want them to be. Making my tail, and we're just twisting it. Through. Making our loop. So just making my tail back, making my loop, and setting that right in the middle. A total of 6 loops of ribbon. So next, I want to get a zip tie in my hand before I pull this completely all the way out. Reaching over and trying to get one. Okay. And all I'm doing is I'm just gathering all of those ribbons up, making sure to hold them. Okay. So that's exactly what we should have, y'all, for our half bow. Gonna get our pipe cleaner, set that right in the middle, come back around with our zip tie, and before I really cinch that zip tie completely shut, I'm gonna come back through, move my tails where I need them to go. Okay, and then we'll cinch it all the way completely shut. Perfect. Half bow made on our easy bow maker. And I want this kind of off to the left hand side of my sign. Okay, so just running that pipe cleaner through that grapevine. You always want to make sure you're running it through the grapevine. We are going to start dovetailing some of our ribbons. Remember, I'm always trying to cut these towards the very edge, because if I need to cut some off, I can. But if I need to add some ribbon, I can't. So I always try and cut these as close to the edge as possible. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. So I want to start off with my larger floral, which is this yellow daisy bush. Always want to make sure, y'all, when you're buying florals, that a lot of it comes on wires, so that way you can manipulate it to what you want it to do, not what it wants to do. So look at the difference in that stem compared to what it looks like in the store. Look how pretty that looks, y'all. So I'm going to trim my stem down. So running that through that grapevine. Manipulating some of those flowers to come through, peek through that bow, come around it. And I'm going to just get a zip tie, and I'm going to secure this stem that's kind of just flopping all over the place to that grapevine. Just going through, going to zip tie that together, onto that grapevine, and come back through and manipulate some of those florals again. So next I'm going to get the other stem that looks just like that one, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to fluff it out, and we'll add it as well. Just trimming that again, and now we're going to come back under that bow. I'm also going to give this a little bit of a curve, lifting up that bow, those bow tails, sticking that right into that. Okay. Bringing forward some of these stems that are on this. Okay, so next I want to bring in some of that blue. So I did cut up that 60919 into 3 pieces, kind of curling up those wires that come along with it. So I'm going to come up on this top part. That's exactly where I want to stick this first 60919. Okay, so come back through. Lifting my ribbons and some of my florals, manipulating that to sit right in between those 2 pieces that I had stuck in there originally. Okay. So next I'm just going to go in with some of this filler bush. Okay, so I'm going to just trim this down all the way to the very base. We'll start down here at the bottom. want to add some of this into the middle of my bow. I love doing that with a lot of my grapevines, whatever it may be, because it just also makes the florals like continue inside your bow. Okay, so that's about where you would hang it, just like that. Now look how pretty that wreath looks. Absolutely love that.